Hey everyone, it's Hunter Pitcoff here, back at it with my web series. I did top 5 landing spots for Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball the last 2 weeks. This week, I'm going to be doing my top 5 landing spots for NBA draft prospect James Wiseman. So I don't want to hold you guys up too much, so let's get to number 5 on my list. To kick things off for us here, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Hawks as the 5th best landing spot for James Wiseman. He gets to grow alongside this young up-and-coming nucleus that the Atlanta Hawks already have. And given James Wiseman's skill set, playing with one of the best passers in the NBA and Trae Young, and specifically one of the best pick-and-roll passers, I think will help set James Wiseman up for early success in the NBA. Some of the downsides, though, is kind of like what I just alluded to. Is a bunch of mouths to feed in Atlanta already, a bunch of young players already trying to prove themselves. And looking at the center position already, they traded for Clint Capella being the Atlanta Hawks during the NBA trade deadline, getting him from Houston, and he does a lot of the same things James Wiseman does, but gets paid a whole lot more money to do it, and he's already an established player. So James Wiseman entering the NBA would automatically have to be the backup center for the Hawks. Number 4 on my list is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. Similar reasons to what I just said about the Atlanta Hawks. They have a nice young nucleus there. I think the key difference, though, is that James Wiseman could potentially be more of a focal point of the offense, which I think for him would be, a good benefit. And also, let's not forget this team did win a championship in 2016. They still have Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson there. They can both be good mentors to Wiseman. But some of the downsides, though, is that it is a crowded front court with those two guys. We'll see if Andre Drummond eventually gets re-signed by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And also, the 2 point guards there, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, they aren't really good passers per se. Both these guys are 3 assists and below type of point guards, and that's not, the ideal fit for James Wiseman, who of course is a big man and needs to get the ball first in order to initiate and establish himself on the offensive end. Number 3 on my list is going to be the Washington Wizards. For one, James Wiseman's going to get a lot of playing time, and that's going to be a good thing for him and for any young player. He'll be able to, learn the ins and outs of the NBA and work through those growing pains that every rookie has during their rookie season. And also, the Wizards are going to have John Wall and Bradley Beal both back, which I'm excited to see, of course. But for James Wiseman's benefit, he's going to be able to get some easy looks due to the amount of defensive attention those two all-star guards bring. But some of the downsides, though, is that the Wizards aren't the most well-ran organization. They, kind of shaped up and changed up their front office a bit, so maybe that will eventually lead to more wins. But also, James Wiseman, he's never going to be the focal point of that offense as long as John Wall and Bradley Beal are there. Again, who knows how long they'll be there. Maybe they go complete rebuild, but I don't think James Wiseman will be, at least for now, how it currently looks in Washington, ever the key guy for that offense. The number 2 team on my list is going to be the New Orleans Pelicans. They maybe have the best young core in the NBA. You can pit them up against any single young core in the NBA. It's pretty hard to argue against New Orleans. And also, James Wiseman will be able to kind of hone in on his strengths, which is running rim to rim. A guy like Lonzo Ball, that's going to be a lot of easy lobs for him. And being able to work on those low blocks and blocking shots and pick and roll situations. I think James Wiseman can really thrive in that Pelicans system. Some of the downsides, though, let's be honest, he's never going to be the guy in New Orleans as long as that man Zion Williamson's there. Even Brandon Ingram, who just made an all-star game this year and will probably get re-signed for a whole lot of money in the offseason. And they already have a lot of centers there. Jackson Hayes, Nico Lomelli, and Derek Favors. So he's really going to be competing for himself and competing for playing time on this team. So I kind of wonder, at least in his first year, maybe even in his first 2 years, how much playing time Wiseman's really going to get. Last but not least, the number 1 team that I think will be the best fit for James Wiseman coming into the NBA has to be the Golden State Warriors. He's the ideal center that this team is looking for. His strengths perfectly complement what other centers have been able to do in the past for Golden State. But Wiseman also has probably a higher ceiling than any other center that's played for that team. And being able to get easy looks playing alongside all-stars like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, I think that James Wiseman, if he's able to put it all together, could have a field day and be really, really successful in that Golden State Warriors offense and their system. Some of the downsides, though, is that this Warriors team's not going to be rebuilding 2 years in a row. I'm not sure they're going to be a championship contender, but they're definitely going to be a playoff contender. And so I kind of just wonder how much of a day one contributor James Wiseman's going to be. He doesn't have the greatest feel for the game. He definitely has to, increase his basketball smarts and keep building on his basketball IQ and his feel for the game. because the Golden State Warriors offense is a really smart team, and of course you don't want a rookie like him to get lost, but I think with his physical capabilities and what he's able to bring, I think he'd be really successful for years to come with the Warriors. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it a ton. I know I don't get a whole lot of views, but I love making this content, and I love, being able to keep doing what I'm doing from home, even if I'm not out at Innovation Park, causing mayhem in those studios, if you will. But again, appreciate it a ton. I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break for next week. I have a special little basketball segment coming up involving Chris Paul going to a certain New York team. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I appreciate it a ton. I hope you're all staying safe during these quarantine times. And as usual, I'll see you next Monday.
Thank you for watching our latest edition of Penn State Sports Night. If you're a fan of our content, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more clips. Also follow us on Twitter at PSSNTV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with the action. For all my colleagues, we are Penn State Sports Night.